Something weird's going on, you guys. This game isn't supposed to be here anymore. Not sure what's going on. I think I'm live, right? Yeah. Okay. So I figured I might just do one last draft. And by last, don't know if I really mean last, because this game's probably still going to be here tomorrow. And the next day and the next day, and it never was going anywhere. It was just a ruse. That's all that was happening. Alright. I might as well draft. Let's open up some sweet cards this time. Witherfrost Succubus. Here since the beta. Or alpha set. So that's pretty reasonable. Sypian Experimentation might just be the best card, though. This card's pretty nutty. Aspirian Scarab's pretty good, too, but sometimes you just experiment and you can't beat it. If we're going to experiment, we probably want to be in either Necrium or Utera here. Terra sounds good. Dreadbolt is a pretty good card, though, to just have access to for draft. Comes up a lot. But Grove Huntress is also good. You know, we played a Bizarak deck last night. What if we just play an Aspirian deck right now? Just to cover our bases, and those do go well together. Take Swamp Moss Lurker as an underdrop. Looking for good cards to experiment with. Chiselhearth Hunter is not a bad experiment here. Nexus Overwatch is not a bad one either, because it gets a lot of its value already. Poison Coil's pretty sweet. Fangwood Bear's good. Aegis Conscripts is good. And Glowhive Siren's good. I'm between the Bear and the Poison Coil, and I think I'm going to go for Poison Coil. It's not really synergistic with experimentation. Wow. Wow. And then it throws 5 cards at me that are all insane. That's pretty crazy. To get, like, some mediocre cards. Yeah, that Poison Coil draft was fun. That's why I picked it up, to be honest. This pack is insane. Batterbot is so synergistic. Venom Fang is so strong. Falnex Squadron is super powerful. And Steelskin Spelunker and Grove Huntress would definitely help us make a big experiment. I think I'm just going to go with Venom Fang. It's probably the most powerful card. Does potentially combo with Poison Coil, but that is quite the pack. Alright, Forge Guardian Beta. Seems like a sweet card to experiment on, though. Tower Vanguard, when it has armor, it's going to get additional attack. So that would allow you to make like a 9... 11 with Sypian Experimentation. I'll just take Forge Guardian Beta. Wow, War Charger, Technosmith, and Grove Huntress. It's putting all the good cards together. What's up with this algorithm today? Technosmith, I think, will be the pick. When in doubt, it'll just let us level more cards, and that'll be helpful. Matrix Warden is the pick twice in a row. Then we can grab a Torrent Soldier. One choice I've never had to make is Torrent Soldier versus Venom Fang, and I think that's actually super close, believe it or not. Shimmerfang Serpent's also pretty good. I think Venom Fang probably gets the nod just for being an insane underdrop as well. Yeah, I wasn't really not considering picking Beta, but I was just kind of throwing it out there. Meta Transfer is interesting. We don't really have any cards that we need to power level, though. like arguably Torrent Soldier, it could still help. Grove Matriarch is good. Tower Vanguard is cute. But I don't love Tower Vanguard. Like, you gotta do a lot of work. And I'd rather just put my Sypian Experimentation on a creature that it's actually better on. Let's take Grove Matriarch here. I don't think I need a meta transfer. Then I draw a decent card to meta transfer. Forge Plate Sentry is really good. Poison Coil is really good. I don't know, as bad as Poison Coil is with Sypian Experimentation, the more Poison Coils you have, the better. So, I'm going to take that. Wirewood Ranger is an easy pick there. Soothsayer Hermit, that's a fun one. We can't Soothsayer or Sypian Experimentation, but it's definitely the pick. Super strong card. We could take a Technome here, but I think we just want Matrix Warden. Get all the battle tricks that we can get. Wipe Clean is sweet. I think we definitely want Aegis Wings, though. Anything else with armor that we can grab is super good. Sonic Pulse is fine, though. Each enemy creature gets 4, 6, 8. That's pretty good. Technosmith over Grove Huntress yet again is the pick. Well, we've got a lot of Matrix Wardens, a lot of Grove Huntresses. Technosmith is really good, but... Or Grove Huntress is really good, but I'm going to take Technosmith. Just make our deck that much more consistent. Here's an interesting one. Shardplate Graft, Hive Empress, Technome, Hunter. I'm going to take Shardplate Graft here. I don't even think... Yeah, I don't even own a playset of Shardplate Grafts. That is how little I have played with this card. So, you think I should hive some people? I'm so bad at playing Hive Empress, though. I just never set up for it because I'm always playing defensively. I think Shardplate Graft is pretty neat. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do with it yet because it's like it doesn't work well on a Poison Coil. But I want to try Shardplate Graft. Like I said, I only have the 2 of them. Nexus Overwatch or Wirewood Ranger. Well, this is pretty much the same pick that we've had before with Technosmith versus Grove Huntress, except both of these cards are maybe even a little bit stronger. I think I'm going to take a second Nexus Overwatch. It's only our second center lane creature. And if we can just out-level all of our opponents, that seems pretty good. Grab a Steelskin Spelunker here. Pretty happy to see one of those. Sypian Augmentation goes great with all the power leveling that we picked up. Tower Scout or Deepwood Bear Rider. Well, I feel like with all the power leveling, I should just take Tower Scout. I don't think I'm going to need a card that will help me mitigate my level screw. And I'll just take a Venom Fang here. Wirewood Ranger, again, really good, but we'll take a Venom Fang. Then I can take a Technosmith or some other cards. Let's just take Techno. Another Venom Fang. This deck's going to be strong. Another Steelskin Spelunker. And our last pick is an Aegis Conscripts. Grapplevine is cute, but Aegis Conscripts, pretty powerful. And, yeah, this deck seems good. This deck seems real good. We have 2 pump spells that we can run away with the game with. Sypian Augmentation, a lot of ways to make a big creature. There's my Kaliri's Ladder notification. Now just to find the game. Forged Soul, best of luck. Alright, he leads with the Tower Vanguard. That's pretty funny. We can play Poison Coil or Steelskin Spelunker alongside Nexus Overwatch. I think I'm going to level Spelunker. Poison Coil is pretty good. Obviously, it could be a little bit awkward here if he just starts to give this card armor and we're just poisoning it at the same time. I don't know. We've got a lot of poison in this deck. We've got, what, 3 or 4 Venom Fangs? 3 Venom Fangs. That's a little bit annoying. And where's that going to go? It's probably going to pump itself. No, it's going to pump the Tower Vanguard. Right. Okay. So, we could just Swamp Moss it. That's not the craziest thing in the world. Do we just do that? Is that just the safest play? Just Swamp Moss it, Technosmith the Torrent Soldier, poison this creature, we're ahead on board, we've leveled more cards. Okay. Let's just be ahead on board and level more cards than our opponent. Let's not do anything too crazy now. The point of this deck really is to just play consistent, use Nexus Overwatch, and do what we need to do. Shard Plategraft is probably better if we power level it. Yeah, and these Matrix Wardens don't need to be power leveled. Bulwark Battalion, though. Eek. Bulwark Battalion is kind of like, hey, put a Matrix Warden in front of me. At the same time, I've got so many Matrix Warden-esque cards here that I probably don't need to. Still want to play Nexus Overwatch. You know, the Scythian Experimentation and the Shard Plategraft both really aren't that good here. I wouldn't mind the armor landing on the Overwatch. Wait, this is 5 armor? Never mind, this card's still good. Yeah, but it doesn't really need to be leveled, right? I guess it doesn't need to be leveled. And we don't have a great spot for it because my opponent can just Bulwark Battalion me. We could just play a Venom Fang here and wait. We're going to draw 1 or 2 Venom Fangs this turn. Never mind. But we did still draw a Matrix Warden. I guess I'm glad I made that play here. Now I can play Technosmith, Grove Matriarch or something alongside the Steelskin Spelunker. So I'm glad I made that play. Alrighty, my Technosmith can finish off that Pterodon Mauler, and everything else is going to trade. Reasonable. So let's just clean up the field here. Let's go Technosmith, level Spelunker, and then Matrix Warden on the Ordnance Captain. So now we've traded even with my opponent across the entire player level, except I've leveled like Shard Plategraft and Nexus Core. That would be a cute one. You still need a way to make it lose Defender, so you've got to like wipe it clean or something at the end of the day. We've leveled a lot more cards over our opponent here. They are going to get to keep this around, which is a little bit awkward. And the fact that it's an 8-1 means that I don't really want to mess with it. I'm just going to make a big Matrix Warden in the center lane, I think. We have 2 Nexus Overwatches, and they've got none. So that's a little bit awkward. Or, I'm sorry, they've got 1. They've got 1. But it's not that awkward. We can Venom Fang the Torrent Soldier, and then, like, Matrix Warden something else. That seems good. We could also Venom Fang the Pterodon Mauler, and then Scythian Experiment, hope to get the +5 attack on the Venom Fang. That seems a little risky, though. If we could get the armor on the Matrix Warden, that would be quite insane. Do we have anything to Soothsay? We do have an Aegis Conscripts to Soothsayer. However, that leaves us without dealing with our opponent's Torrent Soldier. So, don't love that. They're going to negatively battle there. A chump block while leveling up a card. And do they have anything else? Nope, they just have a place for us to pump our Matrix Warden. So that's pretty much exactly how I wanted this turn to line up. We use Matrix Warden, turn the negative battle into a trade, and then Venom Fang and Poison here. We're pretty much ahead on board. We just have to take 8 more points of damage. And this thing's also going to die, but it is going to get either a level 1 or potentially even a level 2 card from our opponents. Haven't drawn any Technosmiths this player level, and we didn't play the one Nexus Overwatch that we drew, but Technosmiths aren't too shabby. Alright, we get a Swamp Moss Lurker. My opponent's just deciding to level up a creature that's going to be a viable underdrop for him. Next turn, I'm just going to volunteer to take a little bit more damage here as we Spore Torrent this and Spelunk it up. Alright, we've got a Shard Plate Graft and we've got a potential Graft target. Whichever, if my opponent doesn't block either one of these creatures, it's getting grafted. We are on the draw. Right, yeah, Metadactyr Adactyr would be the card that we would want to be able to put like a Shard Plate Graft on a Poison Coil or something like that. But Shard Plate Graft is decently neat. Looks like they're setting up for an Aegis Conscripts draw. They have it. Two different options here. These are going to trade unless I do anything. So I might just want to Shard Plate Graft here. I think I'm also going to chump block this guy for right now. I also don't have to Shard Plate Graft, but I think I want to. Do we need something with 8? Attack. 8 attack isn't that much. Could just Shard Plate Graft my center lane dude. That means it's 16 attack. It's pretty likely to grow again. And then I'm going like Venom Fang, poison this. Not leveling my Technosmith. That seems a little bit risky. It's going to leave me with not that leveled of a deck. Still going to have some leveled cards, a bunch of Steelskin Spelunkers, so those are good. Alright, I think I'm going to go for it. I don't actually think I have to block the Tower Vanguard, though. No, I guess I do if I want to leave myself the opportunity to draw a Torrent Soldier or a Steelskin Spelunker to take it down. Yeah, I actually definitely want to block this here. Alrighty. I'm not locked into Shard Plate Graft here still. I could still just play Technosmith. But I'm going to play Shard Plate Graft. Alright, I didn't draw a level 3 creature for this yet. But I'll just take some damage in the meantime while I do, and looks like they've got an answer for... Alright, they're going to positive battle this, or they're going to trade... Oh my gosh, they're going to positive battle my center lane dude. That's really unlucky. I probably want to play a Sonic Pulse here. Poison Coil positive battles. This positive battles my Poison Coil. I guess Poison Coil's just got to go here, and I've got to hope to draw a Steelskin Spelunker stat. You know what? Matrix Warden can trade with you Pterodon Mauler, as can Venom Fang, and Torrent Soldier can actually do a lot of work, especially alongside a Poison Coil here. My opponent's going to get to eat this for free. Oh, they're going to Ursine Strength and Grove Huntress? Or just Ursine Strength to make it a positive, or a trade. Or it's not a trade, it is a positive battle right now. They don't have to do anything else, but I would think there's a chance they might pump it again. so that I don't get to get an activation out of it. An activation seems like it could help me get back into the game. My life total is also low. I'm taking 20 here, dropping to 27. Alright, they do have another Ursine Strength. Believe it or not, this isn't the worst thing that could have happened this turn. So... how can we do this? What's the best way that we can do this all? 4 poison, and how much poison does this give? Also 4 poison. So we've got 2 ticks of 4 poison. Also have Matrix Warden. Could I also... no, there's no crazy play I can make where I leave one of these 2 creatures up, because 14 plus 14 is 28, so that'll kill me. So I have to just let the Tower Vanguard hit me, in which case we're going to put 4 poison on Tower Vanguard and clear both of these 2 creatures. I have both of my Nexus Overwatches here, but I also have 2 Steelskin Spelunkers. So I'm going to leave the center lane open. I'm going to play Torrent Soldier. I'm going to poison this. Oh shoot, what am I doing? Okay, no, maybe this is what I had to do anyways. Maybe this was actually my only play. Oh yeah, this might have actually been my only play even. Okay, Matrix Warden or Venom Fang, they're both the same. I think I almost made a mistake there. I almost blocked and poisoned this. For some reason I thought I could kill both of these creatures, keep my Torrent Soldier alive, and poison this. But no, I think this was my only play. Go Venom Fang. Poison here. So I'm going to take 6 plus 6, and I'm going to need Venom Fang, Swamp Moss Lurker, and Matrix Warden to somehow get me back into this game. Don't think this is super likely, especially without drawing my Steelskin Spelunkers. I got a little bit tricky on the cards that I decided to level, but... alright, so they're just going to kill off my Spelunker. Looks like they pretty much missed, though. They drew a hand of all level 1 cards, it looks like. Because if they had any level 2 cards, like, they can just play something here, give it 6 armor, and just completely shake off that damage. Oh. Well, they just decided not to. But they could have. So now I think I go Venom Fang, poison this. Venom Fang will positive battle this. It'll take this out, and then I play a Matrix Warden to... Matrix Warden pumping itself. Well, if I'm going to play a Matrix Warden pumping itself, I might as well have the Matrix Warden pump the Venom Fang. I think if I poisoned the Bulwark, I couldn't clear both of these creatures, because the Bulwark had 15 toughness. So if I had gone like Venom Fang, Poison Bulwark, it would have survived, or the Pterodon Mauler would have survived and killed me. I could have been misunderstanding that though too. I think the best play is Venom Fang, Poison Venom Fang, and then Matrix Warden pump Venom Fang in 5. Alright, there's a Shard Plate Graft, a Steelskin Spelunker, and some other cards. My opponent... no, they can't really get away with playing 2 open lane creatures, because if I can answer their 2 open lane creatures, then I'm in a decent position. I don't think I'm going to be able to Shard Plate Graft anytime soon, unfortunately. And Shardplate Graft is really strong now. It's +6/+6, and then an additional +6/+6 on each of my turns. So it probably translates into +18/+18 if you can put it on a non-active level 3 creature. Which we know that's strong. Maybe I will get an out to it here. Oh, okay, the poison isn't relevant. That's close. I might Spelunk and Shardplate Graft. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna Spelunk and Shardplate Graft. I could Technosmith here, which would put another level 3 creature in my deck. But I think that this is strong enough that it's gonna buy me a lot here. So on my turn, this is going to have 16 toughness again, which means my opponent's going to have like an insane level 3 creature. We can also, if they just try to grow wide and ignore what we're doing, we've got Torrent Soldier and Spore Torrent and Torrent Soldier, so we get to distribute 8 poison. We could even make that a total of 10 poison with Venom Fang. What's up, Clary? The game's still online, so... Electronet! Oh, that's brutal. Electronet is just enough. Wait, no, it's not. We're still going to positive battle. Electronet just means that he gets to chump block this for 2 turns, but how crazy is that? Electronet is still a positive battle, and he missed. He missed on 4.1. Yeah, we gained +16/+16. So now we go Torrent Soldier. We Spelunk our Torrent Soldier. So now we've got a huge monster. And we kill this with poison. Yeah, dude. Steelplate Graft. How good is Steelplate Graft, dude? And now we're in control of the game. We're at 15 against an Aloyan Utera deck, but we didn't miss that turn. So now we've got a 14/20 that my opponent is going to need a good level 3 card. Then we've got a 21/2, which my opponent can trade off with anything or with poison. Wait, no. Not with poison. Right? No, this would need to get 8 poison on it, which means they would need 2 Spore Torrents. That doesn't seem super likely. They do have 3 Spore Torrents in their deck if you count their Torrent Soldier. Alright, they're going Aegis Conscripts, pumping itself. That's a good start for us. That's kind of curious, though, because Aegis Conscripts could have traded with this. And they're just going to put some poison on Steelskin Spelunker. Alright, they're going to put poison on Steelskin Spelunker to make that into a positive battle, and they're going to negate the armor that my Torrent Soldier has. Alright, so my armor's gone. Let's see, what happens if we battle here? I think I go Matrix Warden on this, Venom Fang on this, and then we battle. That's enough to clear it, right? Or is it? Wait, is that not enough to clear it? It takes 14 damage, goes down to 10. Oh, no. Well, I don't want to Matrix Ward in this. I want to put damage in them. Alright, I think I just have to trade my Venom Fang off for this. It's super annoying, but I want to push through 10 more points of damage. It's 24 damage. We're losing our footing here a little bit this turn. And we've already played our Torrent Soldier for this player level. And we just have to replace this and poison here. That's a little bit unfortunate, but I just don't want to lose to something dumb. Our opponent will probably block here and here, and we'll put a Shardplate Graft on our Matrix Warden. Alright, that's a trade. And do they have a... Yeah, they've got a negative battle for the Matrix Warden. So we'll go Shardplate Graft. That'll leave it with... Is that better? No, let's just play a Technosmith and Shardplate Graft it, right? Yeah, it seems better. Technosmith. Level Technosmith. Shard Plate Graph. That gives us a 21-20. So that's going to need to get blocked twice. And then we also have a Steelskin Spelunker for it. A Swamp Moss Lurker to clean up whatever else he plays. A Sight Beam Experimentation if we want to go super big. And a Spore Torrent to clean up the rest of what's going on. I like it. I like it. Okay, they're going to poison my guy. So that's not great. But we do still positive battle this. We just need to experiment so that it doesn't die to poison on their turn. Yeah, I think I want to... Oh, no. I'm going to Steelskin Spelunk it. So do I need to experiment? The more armor is probably the better, right? Yeah, let's experiment. Let's get Spelunky. That'll shake off a lot of this damage here. And I'll Spore Torrent here. So now I only take a few more points of damage. Let's see. This is 16 health still. 16 health is pretty likely to stick around. Aegis Wings is probably not lethal. Ursine's Strength is really good. It means that we've got to come up with a few more points of damage. Hopefully my opponent doesn't have an Aegis Wings anytime soon. Your Pterodon Mauler is a pretty good answer there. We can't afford to take 23, unfortunately. So if we're not taking 23, what are we doing? I think I want to level more Spore Torrents into the deck. And what do I want to do other than that? Do I want to level up a Swamp Moss Lurker? I don't know about that. Do I want to play a Poison Coil? I don't know about that. It's a pretty crazy battle right here. Poison Coil seems so risky. I'm just debating if I want to active Poison Coil right now. And what does that give me? I'm going to go for it, I think. It seems sweet, if nothing else. Let's go Torrent Soldier. We'll just play our Spore Torrents. And then I'm going to play a Poison Coil, not center lane. Alright, we drew Venom Fang. That's what makes this Poison Coil so insane, is that a Venom Fang draw means that I now get to give something 11 poison. 11 poison is a lot of poison. My opponent does have Ursine Strengths in their deck, but they can't just proactively Ursine Strength. Damn, that's annoying. I forgot about all the poison that my opponent had. It's pretty punishing. Technosmith gets to block here, though, pretty much for free. I'll just level Nexus Overwatch. I know it's not a great card, but we can potentially make something happen out of it. Then I'm going to put a bunch of poison on Torrent Soldier. Maybe could have put Venom Fang in the center lane there. Might have been a little bit of a miscalculation, but yeah, it looks like I'm kind of punished for that. Ursine Strengths are pretty good now. They let you get positive battles. I don't really need to be leveling more cards, but we are going to get to a point in this game, I think, where... I mean, my opponent can still get unlucky. There's going to be a lot of Spore Torrents floating around here soon, too. I really wish I'd center laned this. That's pretty punishing. In my mind, I was thinking like, alright, Venom Fang isn't that strong of a creature. Maybe I don't need to center lane it. But looks like I got decently punished. And now my opponent's going to dodge because they know that they can take a bunch of damage here. So I'm even more punished for not having this guy center lane. Well, we can just Spore Torrent this. We can actually take a hit from Venom Fang, but at this point in the game, I really don't want to risk that. So I think I will just smack my opponent for 28. Sounds reasonable. It puts him down to 11, and it means that if we ever get initiative... So I would be going Matrix Warden on here, pumping this. Yeah, I don't want to just take 14. I was kidding there. That's a little too risky for me. Let's just go like this. I'll Steel Skin Spelunker, which would have been huge. Spelunker would have been huge if I had center lane that Venom Fang, but we put him down to 15. Means a lot of what we can do is lethal here. Technosmith level Sypian Aug, which is pretty good, and then Venom Fang can probably finish off whatever my opponent blocks with in 5. We've got my opponent now at a point where they can't really afford to play setup creatures. Alright, if my center lane's open, I'm throwing something center lane now. That's my new rule. Ironbound Reinforcements is going to take out Venom Fang. What is the... Yeah, Ursine Strength. So it gives plus 13, plus 13. So Ursine Strength 3 on Ironbound Reinforcements is lethal. I'll just block his creatures. We've got good blocks here, so no sense messing around with anything too crazy now. The Ironbound Reinforcements in the deck is going to make more good plays for my opponents available in the future. But maybe Venom Fang can just steal us this game here. Can't really afford to take another hit. That's going to pump its... No, it's not going to pump itself. It's going to pump this and then turn that into a positive battle. Well, that's a pretty good turn for my opponent with level 1 cards. However, Venom Fang, like, we can afford to take some damage here. Do we want to have ourselves die to Ursine Strength? I think I do. I think me putting a creature in the center lane is worth it, right? At the same time, we can clear their whole board. So this is really the question. Do we think that my opponent has the level 3 Ursine Strength to hit us for exactly lethal? I think I'm just going to clear the board. But I don't love it. Yeah, I mean, we have leveled more cards than our opponent. Alright, our opponent's not going to get to stick anything on the battlefield now. We've got 12 poison. Maybe this was the right play. Now we've got 12 poison to throw at them. So we're just going to be able to open lane 2 creatures. Yeah, I guess they missed, right? We just shouldn't do anything crazy. I don't know what I'm thinking, because Right. Like, I can make a crazy play that potentially lets me have a slightly better board position with Venom Fang, but my opponent just missed there. Like, they just had a 6.1 where they played 2 level 1 creatures. So, they had the level 2 Ursine Strength. That would not quite have been lethal. That's just going to be a chump block there. That's going to get Spore Torrented. Okay. Well, so now we get to play 2 active creatures. It doesn't really mean anything, to be honest. We just go Torrent Soldier, Spore Torrent. How many do we need to play? We only need to play 2, right? We'll keep it a secret so our opponent doesn't know how many Spore Torrents are still in our deck here. And we'll go Technosmith, leveling Aegis Conscripts. We do have to be a little bit careful about playing blocks that leave us open to Ordnance Captain. But we've got a Siping Experimentation here, a Sonic Pulse for -6. Siping Experimentation could potentially make Torrent Soldier lethal. It's probably worth going for. It's already a chump block, though. Maybe we don't need to mess... Oh, he could just have Spore Torrents. Yeah, there's so many Spore Torrents right now, it's insane. Both of our decks are just filled with Spore Torrents. How many more do I have in my deck? I've got 2 in my deck, 3 in my discard pile right now. That's crazy. Alright, and there's the Ordnance Captain. Well, all B. That is certainly a miss. I think here I just need to grow wide. We haven't seen much in the way of grow wide. I've tried growing tall, but our grow tall plans aren't even that great here. So I think I just play... I could even play Poison Coil as my grow wide. Because my opponent's probably going to block with, like, Pterodon Mauler. That's the problem. But then I've got Venom Fang and Wirewood Ranger. Right, so that's... It's lethal. It's lethal. Yeah, Grow Tall isn't great against Mass Poison, but I just have lethal. He can block... Oh, I don't have lethal because he... Oh, and I didn't put something center lane. I don't know why I was thinking this was lethal. I was thinking this guy was going to stick around, but he's not going to stick around if I don't experiment him. And the experiment could have just totally failed. So, wasn't super worth going for. Bulwark Battalion dies to Spore Torrent, that's fine. And this dies to a pump up. So we're going to pump here. We're going to smack my opponent for 5 down to 10. And I'm going to play 2 level, like, 2.5 creatures. Grove Matriarch's honestly probably pretty good here. We get our opponent down to 10. Maybe I shouldn't have even played Poison Coil. I should have just gone for the reliable damage push. This is a pretty crazy hand. 7.1. Alright, Spore Torrent on the Snake. Keep forgetting about that. Our Poison Coil is not going to stick around very long. But we are going to get to deal with our opponent's cards here. We'll give this a shit ton of poison. Huh. I've got a total of 12 poison I can dish out. This hand's bad. Sonic Pulse isn't going to do anything, right? Yeah, -6 attack. Alright. So let's see where a battle gets us. So this guy's got 10. So it dies to Venom Fang. Right. Yeah, I think I just have to continue to play around pump spells. Wait, I can throw out Poison Coil as a chump blocker instead of Venom Fang. Right? Yeah, this is 10. 12. Yeah. Alright, so I go 12 poison here. Poison Coil, Chump Block. This gives me a lethal center lane creature. I'm still going to have Venom Fang sticking around here. But it gives me a lethal center lane creature, technically. Even though it's not super likely to stick around. So here we can see, like, Spore or Torrent Soldier is, like, doing a considerable amount of work over a Venom Fang here. Just putting all of these Spore Torrents in the deck is pretty insane. But both my deck and my opponent's deck, let's see, I played 2 Spore Torrents, there's the third, and there's effectively 3 more in the deck. We've both played our Torrent Soldier, I think, every level. Yeah, both me and my opponent just neglecting to play finishers. But if I do this enough, eventually I will draw an Aegis Wings. And if I can ever draw the Aegis Wings, then I just win, right? So eventually, playing exactly like this will win me the game. What a crazy game. Alright, my opponent starts running down his clock. Forge Stall pretty much has used all of his, or hasn't used any of the time off of his own clock here. He's debating how does he want to kill the Venom Fang. He's going to go Aegis Conscripts. Does that save this? 2 armor. It does if he's got another Aegis Conscripts. Alright, he's going to take it out with a... Oh yeah, all the mouse overs show different cards in the log and stuff. Like, watch, yeah. Pterodon Mauler. Pterodon Mauler. Matrix Warden, yeah, they're all a little buggy. Sometimes they show a completely different third card if you click on it. The longer you have the game open for, the more random cards you see as you play. I can give this enough poison to kill it, so I guess we'll do that. I can give it 4. Wow. I can give it enough poison with just these 2. So I guess I don't have to play this Spore Torrent, which again is like negligible, but still worth doing. Just double checking my mathematics here. Alright, we're going to clear that off. We're going to trade in the center lane, and then I'm going to play Technosmith, leveling up Wirewood Ranger, and then we're done with the turn. Alrighty, Matrix Warden, we got the Aegis Wings. We have Matrix Warden's Aegis Wings. That's lethal. That's lethal, baby. Wow. Matrix Warden, Aegis Wings. There's no way my opponent can deal with that other than a Phytobomb, which I don't think he has access to. Forged Soul, this was a crazy game, and this is the reason that we play Solforge. So thank you very much for sticking it out and letting us play here. He could wipe my board with poison. He could have had a whole bunch of Torrent Spores. That's right. I shouldn't get too excited just yet, but it doesn't look like that's the case. Matrix Warden's going to pump up my Technosmith. Aegis Wing is going to give it mobility, and then I can move over and finish my opponent off. Torrent Soul, great games, my friend. Great games. That was truly wonderful. Yeah, all he needed was 5 Torrents. Though, it was possible. We both did have 5 Spore Torrents in our deck. And if he had stuff like Venom Fangs and Spore Torrents, there was a small chance. Yeah, there you go. I played a level 1 card on level 7.2 for lethal. But that's why I picked up the Aegis Wings. What a crazy game. And you know what? That is definitely going to be a highlight video. So if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. That was Solforge. And honestly, I don't even feel like I need to complete this draft. I feel like that was enough Solforge for me. That was so good. But thank you guys for watching. You can catch me live on twitch.tv/NoLuxGiven. That saves me some editing later. If I just, while I'm streaming, pretend it's a YouTube video, so then when it goes up on YouTube, it it's already got the appropriate voiceover for it. That was a great game. Holy shit. Honestly, like, I feel like I don't even have to... I mean, this deck is insane. Don't get me wrong, this deck is really good. Oh, wow. I wasn't even Soothsayering. Soothsayer Torrent Soldier is such a good combo. Wow. Yeah, you already kind of did your ending. Like, I'm not gonna top that. Am I a draft game that gets to 7.2? Well, if you want to stream Pion, I also don't mind stopping there. I don't know if that's anticlimactic to not finish this draft, but, I mean, that felt like it was such a good game regardless. I don't know, I'll, let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna go grab some water, and, just let me know how chat's feeling. If Pion wants to stream, or if you guys think I should finish this draft, whatever you guys want to do. Just let me know. Be right back. Alright, I'll keep going here then. Let's queue for the next match. We're not sure that the servers are going down tomorrow, but this said the servers were supposed to go down yesterday. So... you know... We're playing on borrowed time here. Alright, Torrent Soldier has got to get the nod here. That card was crazy good for his last game. Spelunker's also a good card, and Beta. Beta seemed kind of absent last game, but you know what? At some point, I had a 35 card deck, so some of the cards just stopped showing up at some point there. Looks like it is now our turn. So we can positive battle the Wirewood Ranger with Torrent Soldier or Steelskin Spelunker. So what are the most important cards to level here? I think Beta and Torrent Soldier are probably the most important cards to level. So let's level up Beta. Yeah, I agree, Ginyu. I used to mute the music in Solforge, and I've had it muted for, like, most of my time streaming, but I figured I'd turn it on, and it does kind of give me that nostalgic feel. Does kind of give me that nostalgic feel, hearing it again. And then there's also these, like, drums in the background here. Let those kind of play on. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to hit that settings button. There's a lot going on here. This music is so much quieter than the main page music. You should do a cover of the Solforge intro song, Peon, if you can. Pion. Shit, what am I doing, man? Borean Stormweaver and a bunch of activate creatures. We got a game. I hope he pumps here. Damn, that was too much. Too much to ask for, I think. Probably want to power level our Sypian augmentation. And then play an open lane Wirewood Ranger. Yeah, you can't really hear this song, even if you have your sound on, and you probably muted your music before you even got into a game. So, it's not crazy to have not really heard this song before. It's not really even a song as much as it is just ambient music and sounds. Yeah, I was definitely going to play Wirewood Ranger there. I guess the question... Yeah, Sypian Experimentation wouldn't have really been a great play. Get to keep this going. Our Matrix Warden will definitely let us deal with Borean Stormweaver, but I don't even think we're going to need to use it. I think we can go Technosmith, Grove Huntress Technosmith, Wirewood Ranger Technosmith. Though, at the same time, I would love to Grove Huntress our Wirewood Ranger. I think I just level more cards. What else could I do? I could Aegis Conscripts now, but I don't want to let my opponent activate Borean Stormweaver again. That's not really going to get me anywhere. This turn's actually pretty tough. Do I want to go for board control, or do I just want to level the best cards? I think I want to go Technosmith, level Conscripts, Grove Huntress, putting all of my pumps into lane 5. Alright, let's go for it. I do want to make my turns slightly quickly here, just to make sure my opponents don't think I'm, like, stalling them out or anything like that. At the same time, he used... Oh, I didn't realize Technosmith was going to get to positive battle. Alright, that makes that play a little bit more reasonable for me. If Technosmith gets to positive battle, obviously my opponent just needs, like, a dog to clean up the whole board here, but... Stag's fine, Venom Fang can take that out, or Matrix Warden can take that out, or Poison Coil can take that out too. Looks like, yeah, still same thing. Still same thing, so I might want to leave the center lane open. I only leveled one Spelunker though. Huh. All of these cards are so good, that's what's tricky about it. Venom Fang, Matrix Warden, and Venom Fang are insane underdrops as well. Like, you don't really have to level them. You could just not play Steelskin Spelunker. Just play Poison Coil into the next player level, and then Venom Fang my opponent's Glowstride stack. The main reason that I don't level Matrix Warden is because it's such a good underdrop. And Aegis Conscripts does really get better if you level it, whereas Matrix Warden doesn't really need to get leveled. So, as far as like making my deck the most consistent as possible, I would play Steelskin Spelunker and Poison Coil because those are the cards that need to get leveled. Whereas Matrix Warden, Venom Fang, and Venom Fang don't actually need to get leveled at all. You know what we can do? My opponent's got so many battle tricks. It's a little risky. I'll try it here, actually. No. Yeah, I'm just gonna get activations out of Poison Coil, I think. Like, I can block here. It's just so bad if my opponent has the stuff. I could even just block with Spelunker here, which I think I might do. Maybe I could have put this center lane, but I've got Nexus Overwatches, and I probably want to keep my center lane open. Yeah, it's a weird play, I know, but... Yeah, Poison Coil is bad, but there's still a lot of sweet stuff that it can do. So I'm not willing to just write it off as bad. That's a pretty sweet play. Alright, here I can either Venom Fang, or I can Overwatch. I can just level a bunch of cards here. I also have so many ways to deal with this that I'm not going to block it. I'm just gonna level up a bunch of shit. I will level a Venom Fang here. Alright, and now I can just block with Venom Fang, Poison to finish off whatever's in the center lane, and then develop a Poison Coil. Instead, I'll Venom Fang and finish off the Glowst Red Stag. I'll just leave this here. Could battle with the Wirewood Ranger now, but I just don't think I have to. I can clean this up pretty easily with some of my other cards. I don't have any level 2 Venom Fangs, but yeah, like Forge Guardian can just eat it. Steelskin Spelunker and Grove Huntress can also just eat it. So, not super worried about that. I'm just kind of making the plays that make my deck the most consistent. This is kind of a deck that likes to win in player level like 7 or so. So just from my experiences, alright, that's going to pump this, and then this is going to pump this. That's fine. I guess we'll save Grove Huntress, play Beta and Spelunker. Sure. +5. Sure. And I've got to decide if I want to poison this or poison the Ranger. I'm just going to poison the Ranger. That means it'll die to itself. Yeah. Poison Coil's not bad. It dealt 9 poison here. That's pretty good. We can Technosmith the Shard Plategraft. Looks like my opponent has drawn, like, pretty reasonably. We didn't draw Torrent Soldier. We didn't draw Nexus Overwatch or Sypian Experimentation, so we didn't draw some of our better cards here, or at least some of our free cards. But we'll get to Technosmith and maybe even, like, Shard Plategraft or do some dumb stuff like that. Posted a little thing in the feed below So you guys can check that out. I'm not sure if anybody else that streams has experimented with feeds. I'm not sure. Am I supposed to be deleting feeds, like, as they're too old or stuff like that? Alright, so they turned that into a positive battle. This is going to die. We just have to take 13 to show for it. And then we'll Matrix Warden, or we could even Shard Plate Graft this. What's the difference? The difference is getting a free 3/3. So, play Technosmith, level Shard Plate Graft. I could use Matrix Warden to gain me 13 life here. I think I'd rather just deal 3 damage to something at random. Yeah, I think I've got to delete my old feed posts. Looks like it. Though I don't know if I delete them, if then, like... I don't know. I don't really care about the, the fact that they'll be disappearing or anything like that. I guess it's not a huge deal. Forge Guardian Beta is a pretty good way to start off the next player level, and Technosmith is a pretty reasonable way to answer this Glowstride Stag. It's actually a little bit awkward for my opponent to block that even, because 3 damage on it, like, that's why the Matrix Warden was so big. This is worth so much more right now than the 13 life that it would have saved me. So it's pretty sweet. Can't block with Matrix Warden. It's got to be a Technosmith, and we'll level up Grove Huntress. But yeah, you can see, I mean, so if I had just blocked with that Matrix Warden, I would have gained 13 life. But now by keeping it there, my opponent decided to take 3 damage on their 14-17, which just allows me to positive battle it. So altogether, that's pretty insane. I can give something... What can I give it? 7 poison. Alright, so I guess I'll... I guess I'll just poison the Wirewood Ranger. And I'll take an additional 10 damage. Just kind of sacrificing my life total for slightly better board position here. My opponent's probably going to be able to deal with the beta. It is still going to need a level 3 creature plus a pump to deal with it here, even with this +2/+2. I guess it could be a Swamp Moss Lurker and a Grove Matriarch. No, it's going to be Grove Huntress pumping itself and then getting an additional pump. So we got a lot of resources out of this beta. Now we're just going to be able to Nexus Overwatch, level Swamp Moss Lurker, play Cyprian Experimentation for free, and we can use Venom Fang to clear this Wirewood Ranger. Again, we're going to take a little bit more damage because of it, because Venom Fang doesn't clear this. But still pretty good. I think I will just level Swamp Moss here. I think I'm pretty unlikely to win a Tower Scout at this point in the game. And if we level Tower Scout, then it just barely becomes the efficacy of the Swamp Moss Lurker. The double pump wasn't pointless. It had, Beta had 16 health. So he had to Grove Matriarch, give it +5. Oh no! Grave Matriarch gives it +5 and it's useless. You're right. It was useless. But it would have been useless here too, I suppose. But you are correct. I had to say it out loud for me to realize that it was pointless. I don't want to keep taking a whole bunch of damage, but at the same time, I'm not really super excited about blocking a 10-1. What else could we do? We could Shard Plate Graft here. Yeah. The Shard Plate Graft here, that makes us up to 11. Problem is, if I Shard Plate Graft this, it's still not that powerful of a creature. How many Poison Coils do we have in this deck? Or Venom Fangs, rather. We've got 3 Venom Fangs that we're about to shuffle the deck back in. Problem is grafting the coil. Like, my opponent's on level 4. Oh, graft the poison coil. Oh. You want me to graft the poison coil? I'm actually, I think, more likely to graft the Wirewood Ranger here. That would be a +8/+8. I mean, that does give me a poison coil that will stick around forever, right? Is that insane? Oh, maybe that's a lot of fun, though. That could be a lot of fun. Alright. The question is, do I block with that? I don't think I do, but I could be persuaded either way. I don't think it matters. I think I'd have a +7. Yeah, alright, I don't block with that. Alright, let's do it up. Poison Coil, Shard Plate Graft. I thought you were saying to graft the Venom Fang, but no, you want me to graft a fucking Poison Coil here? Let's do it. It's definitely not the best play, but we didn't really get punished. We get to Venom Fang positive battle here, or Matrix Warden for a trade. This Poison Coil's never going to die. It's going to be able to finish off whatever my opponent plays. We could get a lot of value out of this Poison Coil. It's already impossible to kill. It's just a huge defender creature that is effectively also a Damar's Pit Guard. It's not the best play, but it's fun. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. The question is, like, what is the best play? Was the best play Poison Coil Wirewood Ranger? Or was the best play actually Wirewood Ranger Steel Plate Graft? Because I think there's actual merits for Wirewood Ranger Steel Plate Graft too. As crazy as that sounds. Alright, well, that's going to make this pretty good for us here. We'll just take this. I'm just going to do like this, and I'm just going to take 10 damage here. I've pumped defenders before. I like it better when there's an end game, when you have like a metadata redactor, and you can actually get in with it at the end. Oh, Poison Coil, I forgot, makes my Sypian experimentation so bad. Alright, we're at 41, but there's no way my opponent can touch us here. They can positive battle this, and we still poison it off. They can chump block this. They can open lane 2 creatures. Yeah, like they positive battle, and we just get to kill it. And we're going to be able to do that for the rest of the game, however long this game may last. They are going to try to kill our Poison Coil, though. Huh. What do we say to that? Nah, we definitely just kill this. Free Sypian experimentation, and I'm just going to play 2 creatures open lane. And now I can give something 5... I can give something 19 poison. Not today. Yeah, I can give something 20 or 19 poison here. That's a crazy, crazy amount of poison. My opponent also got pretty unlucky on the 1 turn. I just had the 2 level 2s out. They traded 2 level 2s into my guys. They needed to have positive battles there to have a chance. Once this deck gets into player level 4 and 5, that's when it really starts going. Ooh, sick burn, Ginyu. Sick burn. Hopefully Dr. Death wants to finish this game. I think he's just thinking. I don't know. I mean, he's not dead here. Oh no, he's definitely not just thinking. He never showed back up. Because as soon as he shows back up into the game, his Wirewood Ranger will die. So he either forgot we were playing or something else happened. I'll turn on my notifications on the ladder. It's not new deck, that's old deck. Let's play some random raid here or something. Guess I'll also play unranked, just to see what one happens first. And it's unranked. Alrighty, Patriarch. Seems as good as anything else. I'm gonna just turn down my ladder sounds a little bit. I think I turned them on to max. Oh no. We can trigger raid next turn already, so that's pretty sweet. We can also either play Fire Fist Uranti, like we can also just go Fire Fist Uranti Patriarch Courser. One of my neighbors is just testing out a motorcycle on the street. Alrighty, well that's not working either. Maybe the servers are down? Are the servers down? Did it happen? It's 1 o'clock right now in California. Be a pretty random time for the servers to go down. Oh, looks like this game actually ended. So our opponent actually conceded our draft game. We just weren't notified. No, I don't think the servers are down. I think Dr. Death quit out on us there. I think he died. And Parish Road, sure. You can have the win, buddy. We'll continue with this draft here. He conceded, and sometimes it just doesn't tell you when your opponent conceded. Or he ran out of time, right? Because he only had 3 minutes left on his clock. Yeah, I think the Qs are still alive here. Here is the deck for those of you just joining us. It's a pretty powerful Asperian deck. Kalara, when you say ladder, do you mean the in-game ladder or solforgeladder.com? Like your website might have some connectivity issues if the servers go down. True. True! Well, if solforgeladder.com goes down, the new official hangout spot is twitch.tv/NoLuxGiven. That'll be where we'll all hang out in the meantime. How does that sound? Or we could also check out EternalLadder.com. EternalLadder.com is just that same website, and uses the exact same kind of stuff that we're all familiar with on Kaliri's Ladder. Strax, were you just here in chat? I think you were. Oh no, that was spam. Next is Overwatch, level Sypian Augmentation, and play a Poison Coil. Seems like a pretty good start to the game. You know, now I just want to put another Shard Plate Graft on a Poison Coil again. Like, you know that's what I'm just setting up to do here. Technosmith, and what is the level? Forge Guardian Beta. Not a bad level. Not a bad level at all. Technosmith party. Sounds good. Technosmiths along with a Soothsayer Hermit. I would love if he pumped up this. Looks like that's not going to be the case. Yeah, I think we just have a Technosmith party here, though. We do have to decide exactly what we want to level. This is still going to be a positive battle. That sucks, Kaleri. So we're definitely going Technosmith here. Can I check this out? I've got a Matrix Ward in here, too. Let's just play 2 Technosmiths and level my 2 Utera cards. Yeah, I like that. We could play a Soothsayer, but we just don't have to. And we could play a Poison Coil. Both of those cards would get us slightly better board position, but not even by much, really. And if we just play all of our Technosmiths, like... We're playing our Technosmiths, but also, like, our board is just good. Yeah, that seems really good to me. Alright, so this is already going to survive. We don't have to do anything here. We can, like, just do this. Then I can play Technosmith level Spelunker and play a Wirewood Ranger. This game seems like it's going swimmingly. As we get to level a bunch of cards, my opponent can't even deal with our Poison Coil. Wow. How many... Have I played any real cards yet? Yeah, I played a Poison Coil and a Wirewood Ranger. Other than that, everything else that I've played has been Technosmiths. That is pretty good. And my opponent plays an open lane Wirewood Ranger. That's not going to help them out too much. I think I will go Nexus Overwatch, level Aegis Conscripts. Wirewood Ranger can pump... I can pump Technosmith, I suppose. And then post-combat I'll play a Steelskin Spelunker on the Overwatch. And this is just going to poison this. Yeah, I'll go for damage push. I'm actually also somehow beating my opponent on damage? Wait, that's crazy. How am I beating my opponent on board, leveling more cards, and beating my opponent on life total? I don't even understand what's happening in this game. Alright, that's going to help my opponent get back into it a little bit, but not by too much. We will have to replace our Nexus Overwatch here. So that's not super great. Do we have to? I think we do have to. Yeah, we'll block with level 1s on these cards. Poison Coil just gave us a lot of play there. So yeah, let's battle. Let's go Overwatch, level Shard Plategraft. And main phase 2 Poison Coil. Or post-battle Poison Coil. This will die. We just need level 1s, or I'm fine trading Technosmiths into these as well. And then Poison Coil should help clean up the battlefield here. It'll be able to kill whatever blocks our Steelskin Spelunker, or whatever blocks on Poison Coil. That's going to pump Ranger, and then Ranger's going to pump this. Or, yeah, you put all the pumps there. Actually, never mind. Alright, this is perfectly fine. Now I'm behind a little bit on life total, and a little bit... Actually, I'm ahead on board, I think. And I just continue to level up a plethora of cards here. That dies, and yeah, that looks good. Did I even play any level 1s? I did. I could get back... Oh, no, I didn't. I leveled these. I could get back a Matrix Warden or a Venom Fang if I want here with Soothsayer Hermit. I don't think I even want to do that. So these trade. If I poison across from me, it's a positive battle. Now I think I have to poison this. Oh, wow. He's going to give me the positive battle. That's great. This is really tricky. There's 4 good cards here. I can only level 3 of them. We're going to play Nexus Overwatch. We're going to level, I think, Soothsayer Hermit off that, but I'm really not entirely sure. I think I'm going to level Soothsayer Hermit and play Wirewood Ranger. I'm definitely going to play Wirewood Ranger, right? Unless I just completely negate Wirewood Ranger at all. Steelskin Spelunker can still be an okay underdrop. Wirewood Ranger, you'd much rather have it be in play, so you'd much rather level it. Let's level Hermit because that card is pretty sweet, and let's play our Wirewood Ranger. This is going to positive battle. We can develop another Poison Coil. We can throw Technosmith in lane 5 and pump it up. We've drawn pretty well, too. Only things we didn't draw were... I guess we didn't draw a few of our cards, but that's only because we leveled so many of our cards here. Alright, so they changed this into a trade. That's fine. It's still going to die to poison. And they open lane a beta. Open lane a beta actually works out pretty well for my opponent. I now no longer have a spot to put a Poison Coil. Unless I pump Poison Coil. Techno. You just Techno level Poison Coil. No, I would love to level Torrent Soldier. I would love to go Techno level Torrent Soldier. So then what can I do? I can just trade Poison Coil off, I guess. I'll still get 1 activation out of it. So that's fine. Yeah, I'll get an activation against his level 3 cards. And it trades all that you really need to say that you've gotten value out of it. Alright, Shard Plategraft and some bad cards here. Technome to trade. That's a good Technome. And does he have a level 3 for the center lane? He does, and that's going to be able to pump Grove Matriarch to kill my Poison Coil. So that's not great. We do have Venom Fang here to kind of clean up the board. Could also go Sipin Experimentation, which is better. They're both really close. They're both really, really close. I think I'm going to go for Shard Plategraft. That's a little bit easier to deal with, though. No, Fine. Alright, I'm going to take a minute here to read the log. Don't mind me. Do the level 1 Swamp Moss Lurker. But Swamp Moss Lurker is like the main thing I can think of to play around right now. Turn on Mauler. We get to eat either way. What's their play on this turn? Alright, I don't want my opponent to think we're like timing them out or anything like that. Let's just make a play. I'll play Scythian Experimentation. I think it's just a little bit stronger. Mostly for like level 1 Swamp Moss Lurkers now can't kill it. Can't do anything great with Soothsayer Hermit here. I can just go grab another Soothsayer Hermit, though. That's probably good enough. Well, now it's not good enough, because Soothsayer Hermit and Technosmith both trade with this. And are they going to pump itself, or pump this? They're going to pump itself to keep it alive. Let's go Soothsayer Hermit. I'll return Venom Fang, and I'm just going to level Aegis Conscripts, I think, even still. I could level Venom Fang here. Maybe that's just as good. Also could have just played Venom Fang. Venom Fang's like just as good level 2, though. Whereas Aegis Conscripts gets a lot better at level 3. I'll go for that. Alright, Matrix Warden answers. Also, Steelskin Spelunker answers Aegis Conscripts. It's a beta, so I'm going to need to go Technosmith and Matrix Warden in. That's still not really going to be enough. Oh, this guy's got 10 health now, though, too. Alright. I played a little too risky here. Yeah, my opponent's going to have a beta. I'm going to need to grab one card that can kill beta. That's not going to be possible. I think I should just clear these 2 cards that I can, though, still. Yeah. Looks like I got a little too risky. I mean, my opponent also drew pretty well, and our draws kind of fell off. Let's see, what if we, like, put a bunch of poison on this? Can we kill it? We, like, block it with Torrent Soldier, poison it, Venom Fang, poison it. Alright, they are going to use some resources to deal with this. They've got a Grove Matriarch, or a Matrix Warden, a Venom Fang. That's fine, we can take 6. Our opponent missed here. So that is actually pretty convenient. I can't take any more hits from this, though. I really only have the one play, right? Venom Fang's slightly better. So what happens if I Venom Fang? I hit it, I take 6 off of it. 6 brings it down to 16, and then I can play Nexus Overwatch. Or Torrent Soldier. They'll both be the same. Alright, I guess both of these, Torrent Soldier and Nexus Overwatch, yeah, they both do 12 or 13 damage, which is the same thing. Alright. Well, we've answered the Forge Guardian beta. But my opponent's going to be able to get to play 2 additional creatures here. And that's to say nothing of combat tricks. Any combat trick and we're pretty much just toast. Oh, wait, did I miscalculate that? The Torrent Soldier only gave it 3 poison. Shoot. Oh, but it'll die to poison. No, it won't. Oh, that was such a big miscalculation. I needed to play the other card. Whoops. Yeah, messed up, guys. Sorry about that. We'll go Venom Fang, take this out, and I guess I would positive battle here normally, but then we're going to take 15 and be dead. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I think I actually could have. I think it would have been tough to win this game regardless, right? Yeah, that was going to be a tough one, I think. Regardless of what I did there. Beta's just so strong. And feels like we... I don't know. We didn't get really unlucky or anything, but we were supposed to... Like, our deck was almost entirely level 3. I guess it's just our opponent got lucky, right? We didn't get unlucky. But our opponent just got lucky in hitting their beta. There were also, I think, some more aggressive lines of play I could have taken to punish my opponent more. I might finally play a Cypian Experimentation here. Because Nexus Overwatch Cypian Experimentation is really good. GG Strax. Yeah, Nexus Overwatch. My opponent's got the Poison Coil strats. They know what's up. We all thought the server went down today. We're not really sure what to think now. I should be killing my opponent's Poison Coil. I really think I need to. I'm going to level that. Do I play Cypian Experimentation or Poison Coil? Let's experiment. We haven't played Experiment yet. If we lose because of this Poison Coil, so be it, but I want to play some big... Cypian... Cypian Experimentation Madness. Ooh, Heart Tree. Well, that's a pretty insane combo with a Poison Coil. And there is a Chump Block and a little Duder. I don't see how I deal with this Poison Coil. Ever. Ever, ever. Wirewood Ranger is pretty safe in front of a Heart Tree, though. So that seems pretty strong. Guess I just need to start playing my own Poison Coil. To start to chip away at this. Alright. We will, we'll ignore the Technosmith plan for now. We could get it back if we decide we want to go back on that plan. Soothsayer Hermit, Technosmith, Torrent Soldier even. Those Spelunker and Aegis Conscripts are also both really good. We've got a lot of setup here to make a huge monster in the center lane. Like, I can just give Nexus Overwatch 2 more armor. It's probably going to get some more poison right now, but... Still pretty tough for my opponent to deal with Nexus Overwatch here. They've got to have an 8 attack creature. Yeah, that's not enough. That's just going to deal... It's barely going to scratch the surface. Are they going to block it again? Oh, and Blazing Hostility to finish it off. Alright. So there she goes, and then... Oh, they already used up their poison? Okay. Let's poison this. Oh, you know what I could actually do? I could just pump that up. Let's go grab Technosmith. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, I guess he put poison on my center lane creature. He just wasn't paying attention. Well, I put poison on an irrelevant thing too, so I guess we're even. Though, to be fair, I'm not sure if I could have put poison on a relevant thing. Like, I either put poison on this, or I put poison on this. I didn't really have many good options for my poison tree. Alright, there he goes. That's a good poison. I don't think that's going to be enough, right? No. I'm still going to be able to take out his heart tree here. And a Grove Huntress. Well, now I'm happy I put... Actually, it doesn't do anything. Alright, that's going to grow the tree. Wait, that could be super annoying. No, okay. We do get to positive battle this here. That's good. We're going to clear his poison coil. We're going to kill this. So what else do we have to do? We could put Aegis Wings on the poison coil. That won't actually work unless we also Matrix Warden. Yeah, if he had poisoned the Ranger last turn, his tree would have survived for sure. So this is the only thing that we can poison, and it's actually a pretty good poison target. Then we're just going to... I could Aegis Wings this. Don't actually hate that. Does this scale well? Sure. Nah, I think I want to play more creatures, right? Let's battle. Let's just fill the lanes here. Let's go... Oh, I could Aegis Wings this to save it. No, my opponent's going to be playing level 2 cards here. Let's play Technosmith. Level... Venom Fang. And then I'm just going to play a Tower Scout. And I'm going to put mobility on the Tower Scout. I should have put Tower Scout in lane 2. It's a little bit of a miscalculation there, but not a huge deal. The reason Tower Scout should be in lane 2 is it would let... I guess that does something. Oh, they're just going to pump this up a lot. Yeah. Alright, that's reasonable. I'll just throw like a Technosmith there or something. And they're going to save this. Let's see, this will go up to 18. Alright, and Technosmith kills it in 3. Can remove one of its regeneration. So, if it's at 18, we hit it down to 9. Yeah, Technosmith is enough to kill it. Okay. Do I want to just play Grove Huntress to deal with this? No, that's not really any better. Alright, so let's go like this. We'll Technosmith a beta. We will let this die, and then we'll positive battle it with a Soothsayer Hermit. Getting back our beta for no reason, just to play a beneficial effect on our opponent's cards, apparently. This could give us a big Aegis Wings. We also have some other pretty big threats here. But currently, Technosmith is set up to trade versus Heart Tree. We might even expedite that process. Luckily, level 3 Heart Tree doesn't do anything too crazy. It's just like an impossible to remove regen. Alright, we can finish that off with... No, we can't. Can't finish anything off with a Venom Fang. Ever again. Venom Fang's not doing anything here. 3 damage, so we're going to lose our Soothsayer Hermit. Not much we can do about that. And my opponent's also going to get to grow their Razortooth Stalker. Not much we can do about that either. We could Aegis Wings, which will give us 2 armor, and then we could Aegis Conscripts for a 3rd armor, so that we start making a big creature over here. Actually, don't hate that, right? Alright, let's go Aegis Wings, Aegis Conscripts. All in Aegis. All in Aegis. I probably shouldn't have put this here. It locks it in. That's fine. Also means we killed the Heart Tree off in 2 turns. So maybe this other stuff will mean stuff. Next is Overwatch. Steelskin Spelunker will also help me clean up whatever we got going on over here. And my opponent doesn't get to grow the Stalker if they want to kill the Poison Coil. Looks like they want to keep Poison Coil alive. Well, no complaints on that front then. Flame Lance? There's no way that's enough. No, it's not. Do they have another spell for it? Do they have a 6 damage spell? Oh, please no. Like Chaos Twister, Lightning Spark. That would be crazy if they've got another spell here. Another Flame Lance, so they're going to trade with it. I guess that's also pretty good, right? Yeah, that's also pretty good, I suppose. We'll go Nexus Overwatch, level Poison Coil, sure, and then I'll Spelunk it. Not a huge deal, all things considered. We're still definitely ahead on board, because my opponent just had to use 3 cards to take care of our, like, 1.5 or 2.5 cards. So that still definitely puts us ahead. No, Hostility was the last game, I believe. I believe Hostility was the last game. Yeah, it was. Or at least another game. Yeah, this is the Poison Coil guy. Now we remember which game this was. Well, well, well. These are never going to battle. The servers are still up, indeed. I think I'm going to shard plate graft. Shard plate graft. It's poison a poison coil. That'll kill it eventually, and then we'll play another poison coil. Yeah. It's got something to do with all that, I'm sure. I don't want to comment on that, Devo. I'll just let it go. Firestorm. Firestorm's pretty crazy. That probably... My opponent's deck is nuts. My opponent's playing Firestorm, a bunch of spells, a bunch of poison coils. I mean, burn spells do go well with poison coils, and they all kind of work in tandem, but they just have some interesting cards that you don't normally see, which is cool. And a huge poison coil. Well, that actually seems really good for us. That means we're going to be able to kill this poison coil with poison. I mean, it's going to get one more activation. Maybe. We get to kill this with poison still. It's about all we can ask for. I wouldn't mind playing Torrent Soldier here. I'm either playing Torrent Soldier, Technosmith, or I'm playing Technosmith, Technosmith. It's gonna die eventually. Oh, Firestorm is good with Heart Tree. That's pretty cool. Wouldn't mind just poisoning this. The one thing that's weird, like if I just play anything, it's just gonna die to poison anyways. So it doesn't really matter what I play. That's kind of a defeatist attitude to have, but I think just leveling cards might be fine here. It is going to mean my opponent gets on board. Is there anything that I can do where my opponents won't get to poison? I could double Torrent Soldier this, and that would leave me with a big Technosmith. Or double poison this, rather. But my opponent would still have the poison of this poison coil. Whereas otherwise they don't. It'll take one poison during their turn, one during mine, and then one during theirs again. Yeah, let's just let them have this poison coil. We'll level Torrent Soldier. You know what? The other thing, if I played the Torrent Soldier, though, that would have put more Spore Torrents in my deck. Maybe I should have just played it. It would have given me a lot more Spore Torrents. This play's still fine. They're going to give this guy Poison 8, and it's going to hit them once. I'm going to play Nexus Overwatch, level Sypian Augmentation, and then play a Poison Coil of my own. Then we're back in the game. I can't Spelunk it to save it. We're just going to overwrite it with Nexus Overwatch. I hope they chump block to save themselves 15 life points. I can't imagine they're going to do that, though. It could happen. That's not a great one. It's definitely not a great one for us. Wirewood Ranger is a super good activate. And are they going to save their Poison Coil? Or are they going to pump up Wirewood Ranger? They're going to save this Poison Coil. Oh, that's annoying. Alright, let's battle. Overwatch, level augmentation, and Poison Coil. We'll see where this can take us. Soothsayer Hermit. Okay, that's a start. Soothsayer Hermit can go and get back a Torrent Soldier. Yeah, Soothsayer Hermit, get back Torrent Soldier. That's the play, baby. That's the play we've been waiting for. Torrent Soldier can positive battle this as well. And Soothsayer Hermit can positive battle this. and then we're just poison coiling to finish off their poison coil. Alright, so we have a play for the board. We also have a pretty comfortable life total. I mean, this life total will go away very quickly. We're going to take 26 points of damage here. That's half, or it's a third of our life total. So, don't want to pretend like we're doing fine. But, I guess my opponent has damage push. At the same time, if they're playing, like, if that's their play for the turn, I'm feeling pretty comfortable here. I'm feeling pretty comfortable. The only thing that would have made me feel like I was in a better spot... Oh, they poisoned the wrong thing? Oh, they poisoned the wrong thing. Oh, that's no good for them. Now we're going to be the only player with a poison coil. They needed to poison our poison coil to take it out. I think that was the right play. The problem is I can't see my graveyard right now. And if I lose, or if I leave the game, then I lose my log. I think I know what's in my graveyard. It's only been 2 turns. So it should be a poison coil, a few technosmiths, some Aegis conscripts, and a poison dude. I'm just gonna grab the poison dude. Torrent soldier. Could also grab technosmith. But I think getting free spells in my deck is gonna be better here. So let's grab this, and I don't really need to play the Spore Torrent, but it's good just to have it in the deck. And now we're ahead, a Poison Coil and 2 creatures with 1 toughness each, which isn't great. Don't get me wrong. 2 creatures each just with 1 defense aren't really going to get us anywhere, but they're not creatures that my opponent could positive battle. We are going to let my opponent get back in the game, and then I'm going to make a huge Shard Plate Graft. That's going to be my play. I'm going to Steelskin Spelunker and Shard Plate Graft it. Meanwhile, my opponent will probably spend their whole turn just trading with this. They might be able to positive battle with this. Oh, can I see the log on the ladder? That would be helpful. I did pretty much remember what was in my graveyard. That's annoying. Alright, so actually I have a copy of the log now. Ladder seems to be bugging out as far as messaging me system messages here. Sonic Pulse is pretty reasonable. I think I'm just going to make the play that I was talking about. Sonic Pulse also saves my Poison Coil. I could also Shard Plate Graft this. There's a lot of different potential plays here, Ginyu. I could Sonic Pulse, Steelskin Spelunker. I could Shard Plate Graft my Poison Coil again. I could go Steelskin Spelunker, Shard Plate Graft, which I think is what I want to do. Sonic Pulse is just really good value. Sonic Pulse saves my Poison Coil, and saves my Torrent Soldier. I guess I have to Sonic Pulse. And then from there, I'm just going to play a Steelskin Spelunker. I could also Venom Fang this, you're right. Pump the Fang with Spelunker. I think I'm going to go for a Sonic Pulse play here. I could see doing the Venom Fang one, especially because I'm about to rank up. But I think this actually just gives me a better board. And I think better board is just what I want to play for. An active 14-1 is still pretty reasonable here. I think that wasn't an easy turn at all. There was a lot of different lines that turn, and they all also level up different cards too, which also makes that pretty interesting. All right, they go for Flame Lance on the Poison Coil, and then they're going to trade with the Torrent Soldier. Hopefully trade with the Torrent Soldier. Have to imagine. We are at 45, but I feel pretty comfortable about my life total. Alright. I think an active 14-1 is better than a non-active 10-14. I could be wrong. But that's really what the debate is. And I think the fact that Sonic Pulse got value in 2 lanes just made my opponent spend more cards. The coil didn't die. The Sonic Pulse saved the coil. You Sonic Pulse it, then you poison across from it, and it takes 2 poison ticks and dies. Right? I'm not missing anything, right? Like, my opponent had to spend the burn spell in order to kill my poison coil. Got both of the things here, so that's a 14-14 now. You can poison coil. Now it probably doesn't really matter what we do. We're pretty ahead. That's true, but by Sonic Pulsing it and poisoning it, that also means that the coil positive battles it. That doesn't make the coil safe from, like, a burn spell. But I think your play may have wound up being better eventually, but wasn't just necessarily better. We get 2 Venom Fang or Poison Coil or Torrent Soldier to finish this off. Looks like Torrent Soldier will be enough. Actually, we don't even need Torrent Soldier. We can just do this. We can Steelskin Spelunker. And we can Technosmith the Venom Fang, which is just more damage. I guess positive battle and just killing it outright, I figured we're about the same. And then the question just becomes, what's better, a 14-1 that's already aggressive, or a 10-12? And once you get into the late games here, I generally value higher attack over higher toughness regardless. Yeah, I mean, it's over. But I do think it's really close. And I could see making your play, and also I could see your play being better just because the plays are similar in power level, and then you get to just level better cards. So that's also reasonable. And this is all to say nothing of the play for Steelskin Spelunker Shardplate Grafted. That actually I do think is also a reasonable play. As silly as that sounds. Putting a Shardplate Graft on a non-active creature would have made it, what would it have made it? It would have made it a 22-26. So, all that's pretty good. Guess let's just Venom Fang this guy. Cardrasian Stoneback can be a little bit of a hassle. I maybe should have put my guys in 3 or 2 and 4 to play around like bees or poison or weird stuff like that. I would have loved to have drawn a Technosmith on that first turn though. Oh wait, I shouldn't have put them in 2 and 4. Right, because my opponent has a Cardassian Stoneback. That's why I put them in the side lanes. Derp. Alright, my opponent's got a lot of mobility here. They're going to hit me for 6 and lose their Stoneback. Yeah, I would have minded to draw. Wow, a lot of defenders. Lot of defenders draft. Cool. Do I want to play a Wirewood Ranger, or do I just want to Smith up? I think I'm comfortable just playing some Smiths here. We don't want to take too long against this opponent. We do actually need to clock them because their defenders are going to be pretty big monsters. As we get to the late game here, though, a defender's deck might have a difficult time to deal with a Poison Coil. Player level 2 is really where we're going to struggle to keep board presence here, though. And Magma Hound's going to finish off my Venom Fang. And then Venom Fang is going to finish off my Techno Smith. Okay. Well, seems like a Poison Coil might be a little bit difficult to keep around here. I do think I'm still going to try to develop one. Get to play some solid cards here. Aegis Conscripts, Grove Huntress. One of those will be played, the other one will be leveled via Nexus Overwatch. Aegis Conscripts does positive battle a Magma Hound here, so I do like that. We could also just take out the Magma Hound with the Poison Coil damage. Alright, well that actually changes things up. That means the Venom Fang's going to get Poison Coiled. Nexus Overwatch is going to level. Oh, did I just miss? Holy shit, I just pressed the wrong... I just clicked the wrong creature. I was playing that way too quickly. Okay. Definitely not great, especially because I really don't want to deal with this Magma Hound now, but I also don't want to take 6 times 5, whatever that might be, 30. So now I'm like forced into cleaning up with Torrent Soldier or something like that, or Steelskin Spelunker. Yeah, kind of put myself in an awkward spot here. The pump means that these two will trade in 2, which is fine. I'll get one more Poison Coil activation out of it. Maybe that Poison Coil activation will go towards the Magma Hound and kind of clean that mess up for me. Might just go in this lane here, and we can finish off whatever positive battles the Overwatch. Then I can play Beta in the center lane, pump it with Splunker. It'll give me a slightly more sizable Beta. I could also just level Torrent Soldier on the Beta. So, Unstable, Asir, Vengeance, I take 3. I'm okay with that. Vengeance, I take 8. It's a little more reasonable, but honestly still nothing too crazy. So we can clear with the dog. I can also just play Forge Guardian Beta here. Yeah, let's just work on preserving my life total, I guess, from this point. My opponent does have some burn tactics here, and we'll level Torrent Soldier. Oh, that was awkward. That was really awkward to have to do something like that. We can Soothsayer the Torrent Soldier right back. That's pretty sweet. Soothsayer, grab Torrent Soldier, and then Torrent Soldier poison this Avalanche Guardian. I'm gonna take 11 damage now. Jeez Louise, man. Unstable Asir, Stonebrand, and then a level 2 Ferocious Roar. My opponent means business. I'm just going to preserve my life total here. I don't normally make plays that are this desperate, but I think we want to not take 11 considering we know we're about to take 11 in a second. And my opponent has definitely shown a willingness to pump that card. Gets a Spore Torrent in the deck. That is one of the sweetest uses for Soothsayer Hermit, I think, in draft. To rebuy a Torrent Soldier. I like that a lot. We go Technosmith, level Aegis Conscripts here, and then play a Wirewood Ranger. This looks safe as well, unless they have a +3/+3. They might just have a burn spell. Dendrify. Alright, so those will trade. That's fine. I'll let these two guys do their thing here. So this is going to take 3 damage on their turn and 3 damage on my turn. So this is gone. I don't actually need to worry about that. I can just put 2 guys over here. You only get 1 copy of the free poison spell. No, yeah, you can flood your deck with it, Pile Pale. Tonight, check Reddit for the first game that I played with this deck. It went to 7.2, and both myself and my opponent were playing Torrent Soldier on every turn. Or not every turn, every player level. But it went to 7.2. It was quite good. Or just check my YouTube page. But yeah, that was definitely a highlight video for sure. Yeah, you can get a whole bunch in your deck. Which is, poison's also a great way to deal with defenders. Frost Shatter Strike. They're going to clear that, come over. I thought about just dodging the Firemane Steed. I didn't think specifically about Frost Shatter Strike. I thought maybe my opponent was going to move over and just try to get their positive battle on, but that still works out pretty well here. We can make a big Poison Coil. So you've got 1 Nexus Overwatch. Did we level our other Nexus Overwatch? I'm not sure. Yeah, we definitely did. That's how we started this game? No, it's not how we started, but we did play it. Who are we playing against? Cadaver. Okay. I think we started with the Nexus Overwatch this game. Oh no, we started with 2 Venom Fangs. Then we played 2 Technosmiths. Then we played Beta and Poison Coil. And then we did play a Nexus Overwatch. So there's 1 level 2 Nexus Overwatch in the deck. Oh, right. It's right here. What am I even... what am I even talking about? I'm trying to figure out if I leveled up a Nexus Overwatch. I don't have a level 3 Nexus Overwatch, though. Just bring on the poison. No, Steelskin Spelunker seems good. Let's leave our center lane open. But let's still play a Poison Coil. I think leaving our center lane open here for some big monsters is reasonable. Might just Shard Plate Graft here. Alright, that's going to trade, and then is my opponent going to try to take out Poison Coil, or are they going to go for a positive battle on their Spelunker? Well, Poison Coil's got Breakthrough now. Watch out! They're going to go for a negative battle on the Spelunker. Alright, that looks good enough to Venom Fang for me. This Venom Fang will poison here. I'll Shard Plate Graft, and I'll poison this again, even though it's irrelevant. Ooh, not quite the combo. Not quite the combo. If we had drawn Torrent Soldier on turn 1, that would have been crazy good. But Torrent Soldier with a Poison Coil that is nowhere near dying is still quite solid. Chaos Twister. That was silly. And an Unstable Asir Chump Block, believe it or not. What else can we do? We can play... let's take a look at our graveyard first, I suppose, right? Venom Fang, Matrix Warden, Soothsayer Hermit. We definitely don't need Venom Fang. We could play an Aegis Conscripts here, or we could just put more Torrents into our deck. I think I like putting more Torrents into our deck. That worked out pretty well the other game. How much armor is this? It's 4 armor. Means it'll still have 9 toughness. Oh, this is really close. 9 toughness is a lot. I'm gonna go for 9 toughness. We can't, like, fully play around a Chaos Twister here. Because my Poison Coil is always going to be a part of it. Alright, and that's all my opponent needed to see. That's kind of surprising. They were at 115 life, but I did have a lot of leveled cards in my deck. So, I can see that. And our life total was still pretty high for how much burn my opponent had dealt to us early. They also didn't draw their 13-14 or 12-13, whatever that card is, Cinder Colossus, which would have helped them get back into the game. Four-1 here. 3 more rounds. This is potentially my last Solforge draft ever. Feels like a good one to finish off on. Go out on top. Playing against Nearbird. A lot of names I don't recognize in the queues this time around. Technosmith leveling beta. Sounds good to me. There's potential for Poison Coil there, but if we can level 2 cards on the play, might as well go for it. We have Matrix Warden or Venom Fang to clean up whatever positive battles the Technosmith. Then we could just play Nexus Overwatch and level either Graft, Tower Scout, or Venom Fang here. My opponent doesn't positive battle the Technosmith. Maybe we go all in on Graft. I don't think we will still. There'll probably be a pretty good Venom Fang target here. Nexus Overwatch Venom Fang is also like a pretty aggressive start to a game. If we could know for sure that we're going to draw one of our armor spells, Aegis Wings or Sypian Augmentation, then I would go for the Shard Plate Graft, but there's no guarantee that's going to happen, so it's kind of random. Alright, Nearbird. Gonna need you to make a play, friend. Hopefully Nearbird shows back up. I have my ladder notifications turned back on. In case he does decide to show back up. Yeah, I forget, Ginyu, you brought up Unstable Asir one time before, but what were you playing it with? Were you playing it with Shard Plategraft? That's an interesting defender to Shard Plategraft. Oh, you were playing it with, like, the Necrium spell, right? Explosive Demise? Have a good one, Ginyu. Thanks for watching. This be it? Could the servers be done? Could Ginyu leaving the stream have ruined the whole thing? Come on, Ginyu. Why'd you do this to us, man? Alright, well, we only have to wait another minute. I guess this popped up. Alright, we'll play against this with our raid deck real quick here. Assuming this guy shows up in the next minute, this will work. Alright, levels a Lash of Damara. You just play Fire Fist Uranti A-Tour and not activate Fire Fist Uranti? Or I could just go A-Tour, A-Tour. That might also be a good play. Sure, let's just smack him for 6. That seems good enough. Now I can play Rageborn, Hellion, Warhound, Courser, Patriarch, or Cauldron Mystic, and can start to get in a lot of damage. That's not quite a raid trigger, but that's pretty much a raid trigger. Rageborn Hellion, if you hit with 2 creatures, it's pretty much an active Loros. Alright, are they gonna... So they're gonna positive battle this one. That's fine, I guess we couldn't stop that. Stinging Invocation. I don't like that. Just 1B, please. Alright, we can deal with this. Do I want to just play Cauldron Mystic here? My targets for Cauldron Mystic are pretty good. Yeah. I'm gonna go for Cauldron Mystic instead of Patriarch. Because if I hit on these things, they're pretty strong. There we go. And one more. Nice. And look at that. It's like I activated my Loros. And I still drew more Loroses. It's going to be pretty tough. I'm probably not going to be able to activate these Loroses, because my opponent's probably going to take out the Courser and the Ator, but that's not even a great play. I guess they need to lash or something. Nearbird still didn't show up. At this point, Nearbird has conceded. I'll finish out this game. I like this deck. Probably just because I never got to play with it and just always thought it was super powerful. But it's also Yetis, and I love Yetis. Unfortunately, this guy isn't a Yeti, or maybe that's fortunately, because he would be super dumb as a Yeti. What do they have, a Lycian Shard? Or a Lash of Damara? No, Poison Coil trade. Alright, well. It's going to be Luros is active. I can also play a Fire Fist Uranti and kill this. Sure. Oh wait, I could just play Cauldron Mystic. Yeah, I'm like 50-50. I'm 75% to kill this Poison Coil right here. Yeah, what else do I want to do with my turn? Let's just play a Luros. I think this is going to be pretty impossible for my opponent to catch up with. We attack, we grow my Rageborn Hellions, we get 2 Luroses. Next turn I've got Warhound Courser, Raider. So these guys are definitely going active. I could also Umbric Lasher. Wow. Yeah, this deck's insane. Alright, Lash of Damara. And can they double the poison on each of my creatures? That would be a start. Alright, Venomous Nether Scale. They double the amount of poison on each of my creatures. And it really is only a start because these Luroses, their poison's going to be gone. Wow. Yeah, their poison doesn't even matter here. What do we want to do? I think we want to battle with Warhound Courser. That'll smack him. We battle, and then I think I play Umbric Lasher into Ator. Maybe an active Umbric Lasher, again, was better. It's hard to tell. But my Luroses are going to go to level 3 again. Damn. That's pretty good stuff. So my opponent has to chump block this Rageborn Hellion. That'll kill the Rageborn Hellion. They don't have to worry about that now. And they're going to Venom Strike a Luros. That's going to be good, but definitely not good enough. We'll play Blitzmane. This is beyond lethal. And we'll battle them for about 1 billion. Alright, so there's the raid deck. I don't want to forfeit this, but I want to continue, and then it's going to bug out. And then I've got to close the game. And then I've got to relaunch Solforge. But that also makes us 5-1 in draft. 2 more rounds for draft. Join match. This game's over. Alright. Now it ended. It just ended, apparently. Now I'll relaunch it. Stay on that loading screen for a few seconds so that it can calculate that the game's over. But 5-1. Pretty good start to this draft here. And let's see if we can finish it off. We have a game against... I don't know. Doom. Alright, Doom, best of luck. I'm pretty sure you beat me last night when I was doing my pretend last Solforge draft ever. But little did you know, this was my last Solforge draft ever. And... this one was quite the doozy. Actually, no, I beat you last night. Never mind. Pretty sure, at least. because I lost a collector. Alright, Technosmith, not too shabby. Let's see what he levels up here. If he levels up a Utera card now, he leveled up a 10-piece card. So let's go Wirewood Ranger and Sypian Experimentation. Means we're going to be able to eat this Technosmith. I would have liked to play Wirewood Ranger in the center lane, but this should still be pretty good. They might have some cards that are able to beef up Technosmith's attack, but alright, and they do. Do they have double Matrix Warden? I hope they don't. Nope, just Korok and Matrix Warden. Alright, that we can deal with. Let's go Venom Fang. Poison this. They are going to be able to deal with this pretty easily now. They just need another 6-attack creature. And we'll go Techno level, another Venom Fang. It's a super poison heavy deck. Torrent Soldier's really good. We've got a Nexus Overwatch to level something. We could also Aegis Wings our Wirewood Ranger here. That would give it 7 armor. Alright, we made our opponent play a Stormcaller. That's not that bad, right? Making them play a Stormcaller. And then Magma Hound to finish off my battlefield there. That's a pretty good Magma Hound. Do I go Nexus Overwatch and Aegis Wings it? I really don't hate that. Could also Aegis Wings this, but that doesn't seem as good. If I just Aegis Wings this, it becomes a 9/9. Alright, sure. Once you level up one, it gets a little bit better to level up the other. So that way they can both start doing stuff with each other. This is a pretty good hand. I don't know what card we're not going to play out of this hand. I feel like we might not play a Grove Huntress. The Soothsayer is gated. These are going to pretty much trade. I'm going to battle, and then I think I am just going to overwrite. They would trade if I kept them here, but this allows me to level another card. So it seems reasonable, and I'll just go Technosmith level Soothsayer. Leveled up a lot of cards on this first player level here. That should serve us pretty well. Torrent Soldier's a good one. And we drew Torrent Soldier early. No, we can't Soothsayer it. We won't be able to Soothsayer it until the next player level. Never mind. We could Venom Fang to finish this off. I think I see the play here. Let's battle. Let's go Torrent Soldier. Poisoning this. We could have just used the Venom Fang here, but I think we want to make a bigger creature in the center lane. We have a lot of different ways to kind of power up, so might as well go for that one. We can Soothsayer Hermit back the Steelskin Spelunker now. That could be a play. What does Steelskin Spelunker do at level 2? 2 armor. These guys are... Is this a negative battle? Oh, it's even more of a negative battle now. Yikes. I guess Venom Fang finishes this off, though. Finishes it off slowly. Right, yeah, I'm not going to Matrix Warden. Hits it for 5 and 5. I don't know. If I Soothsayer back the... If I Soothsayer back the Steelskin Spelunker, they trade again, actually. Because I'll hit it for 5 and then 5. And it'll hit me for 8 and then 8. Maybe I do... Oh, it's a really tricky turn. Because I'd also love to Technosmith. Also just put a Technosmith here. Steelskin Spelunker is like the best play for the board, but we also got to look at best play for the hand. Yeah, I'm gonna just play Technosmith and just trade with my opponent's cards here. I'm not sure. Plays are tricky. This does open up the Nexus Overwatch play, though. Alright. Drawing another Venom Fang means that we're going to be able to stabilize on the battlefield here. They're going to take out the Soothsayer Hermit with their dog. We're going to be able to poison their new dog here. Or we can... Yeah, I guess we can use Venom Fang to trade with both of their creatures. Venom Fang's so insane. Currently 5 and 1. Let's level Grove Huntress, I think, at this point. I think we're giving up on Beta, and Swamp Moss Lurker's fine as an unleveled card here. Venom Fang is such an insane card. Wow, not only is it such an insane card, but we only have one creature, and we drew both of our spells. We didn't draw Sight Beam Augmentation, which is a little bit unlucky. Or, I'm sorry, we didn't draw... Yeah, Augmentation. But we drew Experimentation and Aegis Wings. Ah, that's annoying. It's annoying our opponent kept their dog there. We don't really have a good answer to the dog anyways. Alright, I'm just going to make a huge monster. No luck's given, baby. Let's go. Aegis Wings. Aegis Wings. Now I get to smack him for 21. We'll take 13, which is a lot. But I don't think it's enough. We're just going to move over here. We should just be able to eat this for free. Venom Fang is solid, as well as Venom Fang 1 actually trades with this. So that's pretty good. Venom Fang 2 trades with this and lets us poison off like another chump blocker or something. Ooh, an Ordnance Captain. Alright, let's just go Venom Fang here and here. This should seal up the game. I don't think we have to do anything other than this. And now we just have to hit my opponent for 21 4 more times. We can Soothsayer Hermit and get back a Venom Fang. Or apparently a Steelskin Spelunker. I don't trust that. I think just a Venom Fang. Yeah, just a Venom Fang. Nano Swarm! No! Alright, Nano Swarm's gonna answer me there, and those two guys are gonna trade. I can just play double Soothsayer. That's probably the play then, right? Could also play Wirewood Ranger. I think I'm just going to go Soothsayer into Soothsayer. And then Soothsayer into... nothing. It doesn't matter. This gives us 2 big monsters. That's part of the strength of Soothsayer on player level 3. He can kind of smooth out your draws a little bit up until then, but on player level 3, he just becomes a big monster. And how's this Matrix Warden going to go? I think it's going to pump here. It is indeed. So what do we want to do? We can play Venom Fang and Swamp Moss Lurker, which are our highest attack creatures. We can also play Shard Plategraft. I think I'm just going to play my highest attack creatures here. My opponent might have like a Chaos Twister or something. Maybe that was a bad way to run my stuff out there, but I don't think we can get super punished here. I mean, we can. Chaos Twister, right? Is my opponent even playing Necrim? Yes, or Tempe's? They are. Alright, so that'll trade and let them level up a card before the next player level. And that'll be a good card too, but is it good enough? I can give this +9 attack. 6 armor. How much is 9 attack? It's 27. I'll put my opponent down to 41. Could also Aegis Wings Matrix Warden to take out the Forge Plate Sentry. I don't think that's what I want to do, though. I think I want to do like this. Move over. Smack my opponent. And actually just play a Nexus Overwatch in the side lane. I will have to answer this Forge Plate Sentry, which could get a little bit hairy, but Steelskin Spelunker is going to be able to answer that alongside Spore Torrent. Well, Spore Torrent doesn't help answer this, but Steelskin Spelunker trades into with a Forge Plate Sentry. It's going to be a chump block in the center lane, and then I imagine a positive battle with Swamp Moss Lurker. Oh, a very good positive battle. And they're going to pump up their Forge Plate Sentry. No, they're going to pump up that to... Oh, they needed to pump that up to take that out. Okay, I didn't realize that. Let's play... Oh, this is actually a pretty straightforward play. We play our highest attack creature. We play a Steelskin Spelunker. We hit our opponent for 13, and we poison their open lane guy. That 3 Spore Torrent is pretty gnarly. So, we did chump block here. I think it was a good... or, we didn't chump block, we traded. And I think it was a good trade. Venom Fangs are going to mean that if my opponent positive battles in either of these 2 lanes... No, that's a chump block. If my opponent's chump blocking, then... meta transferring. So we're going to be able to smack for 13. These are going to trade. So, I guess we don't actually... get to do much here. Let's just play Venom Fang because it's our biggest creature, and we can either play Shard Plategraft or I can play Venom Fang. My opponent, it doesn't have much in the way of Grow Wide. I feel like if we just play another Venom Fang, that's going to be impossible for our opponent to deal with, whereas if we play Shard Plategraft, maybe they can block it. But right now we've got 3 lethal creatures with the Aegis Wings and the other various pump and stuff. But we could have just kept doing that, like if we missed here. Right, yeah, Shard Plategraft would have only translated to 2 more points of damage, where Venom Fang translated to 10. Korik's going to positive battle here, but it's not going to matter. We're going to be able to play Aegis Wings on our Venom Fang and a Matrix Warden. We'll chump block here and just do a little bit more. GG, Doom. Alright, that makes us 6-1 here, and let's finish it out. This might very well be my very last Solforge draft game ever. This might be it, you guys. It's definitely it for today. Or who knows, that last game might have been it. We might not get to play another game. The servers might shut down right now at 2:33 California time. And it's against Spam. Alright, Spam. Hit me with your best shot. Mute the stream and give me a good game. How does that sound? Forge Guardian Beta will be our lead off here. Nexus Overwatch and Venom Fang, all really strong cards. Should be able to clean it up. Let's see, will Spam defeat me in my very last draft game ever, or will we be able to ride this out to victory? That looks like a decent spot for a Venom Fang. We get to get a positive battle in lane 2 and finish off the creature in lane 5. Pretty excited about that one, and then we can Nexus Overwatch level Matrix Warden. Now, even though he did mute, he does still have a slight advantage just for knowing what's in my deck. It shouldn't be too big of a problem. This deck is still pretty strong. Even if you know that this deck has a bunch of Venom Fangs and a bunch of Matrix Wardens in it, that doesn't necessarily make it easier to defeat. The deck is pretty strong here. So, what would I like to play this hand? I'd love to play Venom Fang, I'd love to play Technosmith, Poison Coil, and Malice Hermit. What I could do is play a Soothsayer Hermit here, because I think the 3 most important cards to level are the cards that aren't good underdrops. Soothsayer Hermit, Poison Coil, and Technosmith. Venom Fang and Matrix Warden will be fine underdrops if we don't level them. So what I'm thinking here is Technosmith here, level Poison Coil, Soothsayer Hermit, do nothing with it. This pressures Borean Stormweaver into... Oh, I could have also leveled a Steelskin Spelunker. Forgot about that. Maybe that would have been... I don't know, that's really close. That's really close. Here, I'm just going to Technosmith and level 2 spells. That's fine. Yeah, there's a decent amount of pressure on this game. Alright, he is going to finish off the Soothsayer, and he's going to finish off the Technosmith. That seems good. Technosmith will hit him for a little bit more damage. Which of these 2 creatures do we want to kill? They're both the same. This we can Poison Coil more easily. So let's just go Positive Battle here. And trade here. We'll take 6 in the center lane, but we've got a lot of decent center lane cards, so I don't care about keeping this thing around. That means if we draw a Nexus Overwatch, we can just slam it down in front of the pit guard. We can also just Venom Fang this, like I said. That's not a huge deal. And Nexus Overwatch will likely be leveling up Torrent Soldier. And you know what? Maybe Venom Fang will just kill the Sparkstone Elemental. I don't know, there's a lot Venom Fang can do here. Let's just go Nexus Overwatch, level up Torrent Soldier, and then Venom Fang clear the field. It's not great use of our level 2 cards. Maybe Venom Fang shouldn't block this Volcanic Giant. Alright. I'm off it. Venom Fang isn't going to block the Volcanic Giant anymore. Venom Fang could just poison the Volcanic Giant. It's about the same thing. I don't really have any creatures in my deck that I, like, desperately want to protect, though, either. I guess Forge Guardian Beta is a good block on a level 1 creature. Alright, let's do this. We'll take out the Volcanic Giant. The Sparkstone Elemental will die to pretty much everything, including a Venom Fang or an Aegis Conscripts here. And then maybe I can start to go off with some Sypian spells. I'd love to run out Experimentation first. Well, I definitely want to get some poison on this thing as well. I think I'll probably play Experimentation here. It's pretty good regardless of where it lands, because I will get to give this card +4/+4. And then I'm just going to put some poison on this guy, I think, so I can make sure that I can take him down next turn. I think ideally I would just want everything to land in the center lane, or nothing to land in the center lane off the Cyprian experimentation. And I'm not going to play the Venom Fang first. Alright, that is most likely going to pump this Borean Stormweaver here. That's a pretty good pump. We don't really care where the experimentation goes because we still have the augmentation. That's fine. Augmentation will continue to pump this. It does mean that we get to completely negate the Grove Huntress damage, and then we're going to poison this. That's a pretty good turn. We smack him for 15. We've got a 15-8 and a 13-13. Those are both pretty powerful monsters, and now Forge Guardian Beta can come here and positive battle the Stormweaver, and then we also have a Soothsayer Hermit. What can that do? It can get back a Venom Fang, and what did Nexus Overwatch level? Nexus Overwatch leveled a Torrent Soldier. Oh, never mind. Soothsayer Hermit can get back a Torrent Soldier. That's the play. Oh, but then we're not playing Beta? Oh, that's really tricky, actually, isn't it? We could also just Aegis Wings. No, I'm going to get Soothsayer Hermits in the deck. Is that crazy? Is Soothsayer better than Beta? Or, I'm sorry, is Torrent Soldier better than Beta? I think it might be. That card has really, really proven itself to me today. I still have this 13-13, so my battlefield is still really strong. Yeah, I'm okay with this play. Soothsayer getting back a Torrent Soldier is just too much value to pass up, so I think that's why I had to do it. Shard Plategraft when we've already got something with 5 armor on it. I don't know, Spam. This game is looking pretty good for me. Chaos Twister. I played right into a Chaos Twister. And then does he have a 7 attack creature? Oh, that's so punishing. He's got a Venom Fang. He's going to clear my board. God damn. Wow. No, I could have played around Chaos Twister. Wow. That got me. Alright, well that's pretty silly. Let's play a Poison Coil and Shard Plategraft it. That'll give him something annoying that he'll never be able to deal with. And that just means we get to poison something every turn. We've got Venom Fangs in the deck. We've got Torrent Soldiers in the deck. Here we can probably... Yeah, that was a good play, Spam. That was definitely a good play. There's a chump block for our Poison Coil, though. And something for me to poop on. I grafted the coil, don't worry. It's been done. What else can I do? I can Soothsayer. I think I'm just going to play a bunch of Soothsayer Hermits. Let's just poison this. Start the Soothsaying. You think I should have Technosmithed up a Matrix Warden? I'm just going ham. I mean, this play, I guess, is not that aggressive of a play. Yeah, I just went for like a more aggressive play there, I guess. Just put the bigger monsters on the field. I figured he can't really deal with this Poison Coil ever, though looks like he's done it. That's going to let him trade with the Poison Coil. That's pretty good. Good for him, then. Though if my Cyprian Experimentation lands on the Poison Coil, I don't really want it to. But I'm willing. It's good enough on either of these two cards. Wow. Alright, that was definitely the best roll for it. Yeah, my deck is really, really strong, Spam. Yeah, this might not have been the deck that you wanted to try to stream snipe, unfortunately. And we're just going to grow wide here now. This does open us up into a Chaos Twister again, though. Oh, no. Is Chaos Twister 2? Oh, God. Is Chaos Twister 2 8 damage? I think it is. Oh, God. It's 8. I just played perfectly into a Chaos Twister. Hopefully this deck can carry me. Sparkstone Elemental for the positive battle. Alright, that's fine. We also have a 22-22 just ticking away. Let's see, can we deal... We can't deal 8 more damage. We're so close. Can we Sonic Pulse? No. Alright, we're like just short of being able to deal lethal here. Let's just go Aegis Wings anyway. Play a Poison Coil open lane. And there we have it, guys. My final Solforge draft ever. And we're going to be able to end it here with a solid 7-1 deck. I'm pretty happy with that. If these were the last games of Solforge that I ever get to play, these were some pretty sweet ones. Thank you guys very much for watching. I don't know if you're watching on twitch.tv/NoLuxGiven or my YouTube channel right now, but either way, hit that follow button, and thanks for watching. That's a pretty good block. Maybe we're not quite out of the water yet. That's still not going to be enough. Let's see, I'll just battle here. Let's see, what else do we want to do? Let's just play Torrent Soldier. And I'll play a Nexus Overwatch as well. He might be able to clear this guy, but I've got 2 more lethal creatures. Then the game drags on for a whole lot longer. Now, looks like this is going to be the end of it here. He could Chaos Twister... And then he can Master of Elements, Chaos Twister, and then, I don't know. That's going to be a tough one to not lose to there. Whoa, he has Master of Elements! I didn't even realize that he had a Master of Elements here. Master of Elements, but Master is over-leveled, or under-leveled to be able to play a level 2 Chaos Twister. Yeah, it needed to be like a level 3 Master of Elements and then 2 level 1 Chaos Twisters. Frost Shatter Strike, that's a start. That affects multiple lanes. And Leyline Tyrant. So, if I gain health, this gets to ambush me. I wasn't planning on gaining any health here. Let's just give this guy a whole bunch of poison. And that'll be the game. Oh yeah, Chaos Twister into Venom Fang. That's what he needed. GG, Spam. Well played, my friend. Look at that. We get to end the game with 0 cards in our hand. That's pretty cool, too. 0 cards in our hand and 0 life points for our opponent. Great games all around for everybody today. I'm glad to have this extra day with Solforge here to be able to just get out a quick 7-1 draft there. No big deal. That is quite the way to go out. But yeah, if you're watching on Twitch, make sure to watch the VOD of some of the early games in this draft. There were... Pion said, what did Tyrant ever do to me to deserve 13 poison? But if you're watching on twitch.tv/NoLuxGiven, check out the full VOD on my YouTube page. I'll have that there tonight. And if you're watching on YouTube, feel free to check me out on twitch.tv/NoLuxGiven. That's pretty much all I got. Other than that, I will start editing the history of Solforge games. I'm just going to edit those down into more like digestible videos. It was a 15.5-hour stream yesterday, so probably don't want to, probably don't want to just watch that whole thing. There's a lot of dead time in there, and there's time when I'm, like, eating my dinner. Maybe there will be more Solforge drafting tomorrow. I don't know. At the same time, that feels like such a good note to end on. So I think that might be it for me for Solforge until we have another announcement. If the game's still around next week, I don't know. I don't even know what that'll mean. But I will wait and see what other announcements will come out. And I'm not sure. At the same time, you can also stay tuned to my Twitter to get updates, just to hear exactly what I will be drafting. You can follow along there if you aren't already, and that just posts different things, let you guys know what I'm up to. But that's it for me today. Let's go listen to that sweet music one last time. Well, that's my 8th win of the day as well. Oh, never mind. It's not my 8th win. It's my thing here. All right, let's open up this booster pack then. I think that was the plan, Taco Saint. They're like, wow, we said our game's dead, but now look at these numbers. Vault Welder, Batterbot. All right, there's our last pack. There we go. That's it for me for today. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Peace.